The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive.
And they'll be led out by their mobile quarterback, standing 6'4", it's Colin Kaepernick.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of this.
The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions.
He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Rose. And he fires one incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Rose. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For this defense, very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Off play action. Rose.
Again, it's Johnson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rose under pressure, and he'll go down. Back back at the 26-yard line.
Romeo Okwara coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good.
And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too. Now, that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Rose. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football. And that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He'll get that complete to Hunter Bryant, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll run here with Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 6 yards left on 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. To throw, Kaepernick. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. To throw, Kaepernick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Swift again, and this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Kaepernick now to throw. Being chased out left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
On now is Seibert for the Lion field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Seibert's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. So
here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Throws. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
On 2nd down now, Swift, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now Kaepernick. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Hard throw, incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Detroit getting set to go now. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Out to the right to Humphries. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a handoff to Swift. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. They'll look to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So I see what they were trying to do there. You pop up your holder, roll him out. You got the option to run or pass. Just didn't work.
Not at all, and the communication was excellent defensively to make sure that receivers were covered as they escaped from the line of scrimmage, because that's supposed to be a surprise to everyone, and that's how they get free. People forget their assignments on defense. That didn't happen. And think about the guy rolling out with the football, looking for an open person, no one there.
Helpless feeling.
Helpless, because that gap between you and defenders now is going to close and close quickly.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rose. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Rose. Escaping the pressure right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Rose. And that is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Rose. Quick completion here to Johnson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the 1st round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Operating from the gun. Rose. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. With his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His 1st rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way. as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Just a yard to go here on second down. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Complete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Here's Kaepernick to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Cameron Sutton drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. But when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Here's Jack Fox now
as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Rose. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw, Rose. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Harris. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
They run with Harris. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Taco Charlton came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Kaepernick. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Now Kaepernick. They're trying for Humphreys, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. That's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Back to throw now on first down. Ebron with it over the middle. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Good job. How that boy stepping up behind it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. and it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Let's stay in the AFC East and head a few states down to check on the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. James White, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Rose hitting Juju on the slant. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, Rose. Johnson's got it complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. It's brought in by Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Here's Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Looking to throw. Rose. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now 24. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down, Williams found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Kaepernick going to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake. Rose.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
This is Harris.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rose. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Rose. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
I think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, you're looking for it.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even starting to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
So out now come the Lions. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, Swift. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, Kaepernick. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down now, Swift, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's caught. Humphreys. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Swift. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. T.J. Watt drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
To throw on 3rd down. Rose. Ebron caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down and 8. They'll set up to throw. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Rose. And this is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Spinning away. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.